The following video depicts the use of narcotics in illegal activity. Viewer discretion is advised.
My heart would just bust. My boy's somewhere. I don't know where, but they're there, up on it.
Definitely not 6'3". I'm 5'7".
Right. They
So
wouldn't have rode like that, would they?
6'3", he'd been all the way like this. Never, this would be back here in your knees. Same thing up here, they're both tall. These would be pushed back all the way. Because when you set it, you had to set your knees up, because me and Justin used to.
Around this little community, it's very well known, but outside that, no.
At the Anderson and Campbell County-wide, the story of two missing brothers has been the talk of the town. It happened in August of 2021.
And I feel like they have forgotten.
Still no sign of Scott and Tracy.
I'm begging whoever knows anything, please. Don't let me go another day. Begging.
A mother who feels her sons have been forgotten nearly 4 years later, not stopping her pursuit for an answer.
Some kind of closure.
Hello everyone, this is John Ward with Appalachian Channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than some of our regular content in the past, but this is a very important video, probably the most important video that I've ever done in my life. We're looking to find tips and leads that will lead to the discovery of what happened to Scott and Tracy Hawkins on August 6th, 2021. The following video was filmed over about a 2-week period of time, and it took me about 5 to 6 days to start putting some things together that I thought was very important and key to this case. I'm just a YouTuber. I have no investigation experience, but by getting this video out to people that were there that day that saw Scott and Tracy could be a key thing to bringing this case to a close for their mother, Donna. You're going to see Donna here coming up in a few of the clips and videos. You're going to meet Cassie, and we're going to go for about over a 2-week period of time through this video. When originally the video started out, we were looking into them going missing when they went ginsenging, and that's been the story the whole time. That's the story their mother tells about them maybe going on property that they were told not to go onto. But you know, after looking at that and thinking about it, I'm thinking, well, they're probably not going to be someone want to murder someone just for being on their property and stealing $400 or $500 worth of ginseng. So as I got to know different people that I interviewed, and most of the interviews are not on here, or the people that I talked to through text or Facebook, those interviews are not on here. But I started finding out that they were stories of the boys not going directly to ginsenging, but going to their dealer's house that morning. You see, one of the stories that's not really been talked to about much is that the boys were addicts. They had addiction problems, and like most people with addiction, they're not going to go into the mountains ginsenging until they get what they call their medicine that morning. So we're starting to get some hearsay, just some different people saying that they were there not far from where their car was found, and that possibly some things went sideways. Maybe they overdosed and had to be Narcan back, is one of the stories. Maybe they died there after doing their narcotics that morning. As I find out, it's very common for them to come there, buy their narcotics, use them in the driveway, and then leave. It's been told they were found in the driveway, passed out, maybe already dead, we don't know. Also, stories of things might have escalated between an argument where some of the drugs were missing that morning. But there's a reward coming out on this here soon. The details for that will be coming out, and we're hoping that this will bring somebody forward to tell more details about it. Watch these clips as we go into different places. We go to where the vehicle was found originally. We go to where the narcotics was being sold at. We also go to where the vehicle sat at, and the vehicle itself is the only evidence that was left behind, and there's some key evidence there that we're going to look at. So guys, get you a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's see if we can figure out what happened to the Hawkins brothers. All right guys, this is a little bit different video for me, but this is very common video for Olivia. So tell us a little bit about what's going on, Olivia.
So this is going to be John's first true crime case that he's going to work on. This is a true story of two brothers that went ginseng hunting 4 years ago and they never returned. And there's been very little media attention, and we are going to be interviewing the mother of the two brothers that went missing, as well as the niece of the mother. And so
Sorry, that's
all right.
oh, they're pretty, right?
Shane's the one that told us reach out to us about.
Did you comment under my YouTube video? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's you.
Yeah, it's been 4 years and nobody
You
did
living
nothing.
here at the time they went missing?
Yeah.
So you've been involved with knowing about everything the whole time?
Yeah, I
Okay.
knew them. They come over, we hung out all the time, and it was just a sad thing because they went ginsenging. And allegedly, the story is you get multiple of them. They ran the guy the day before on the mountain, and they were like, "Hey, listen, this is our patch, this is our mountain. Ain't nobody hunting this but us. We catch you again in here, we're gonna kill you." So my only thought is, this is personal opinion because I used to be a convict. I think this way. I would go back in early that morning and pick what you can and run and go. And they knew they were coming and they never came back out.
Did they had any guns with them or anything when
No, these here never carried none, no weapons or nothing like that. No. What they may carry was a snake stick.
Snake stick.
But other than that, they never carry no weapons, no knives, nothing like that.
So, all right, we're going to get ready to go in and see what the story is.
We're here.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
That's Cassie.
I'm John. Good to meet you.
Too.
I told her, I said, her name starts with an O, and I think it's Lydia.
I'm John.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I think what we should do is let's just sit down first. We want to interview you guys about what happened and whatever you feel comfortable with sharing with us. And then, of course, when the cameras are off, like, if there's anything you don't want to, we can talk about that too, actually. And how old were they? They were in their
He
mid-40s.
was 51, Scott was 51, and Tracy was 24.
Okay. Hello everyone, I am here with Donna and Cassie, and they are family members of Scott and Tracy, who have been missing for 4 years now. They were ginseng hunting and they never returned from the woods, not too far away from here. There's been very little media attention, if not really anything at all. And on my channel, Chronicles of Olivia, and on John Ward's, we want to bring attention to this and see if maybe someone knows some information. I know this is going to be very difficult, but I was thinking we could talk about the timeline on the day that they went missing. And what day was that?
It's on Friday morning,
So
on the
that's
6th.
4-year anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
And did they go early in the morning ginseng hunting, or?
About 9 o'clock, they left from here.
Right.
I had a bad migraine that morning, and Scott and Tracy, they're pretty bad about pampering me a little bit, but they had done a few things about the house before they left. And I told them bye, and on the porch, and I always holler at them about the belt. They get upset when I do that, because they pull back up in the driveway. "Did you say something, Mom?" And I said, "Yeah, put your belt on." And they said, "Why'd you wait till we get out of the driveway to do that?" But anyway, Friday night came, no Scott, Tracy, no phone calls to see, why they wasn't home. They should have been back home about 6:30 for supper. And then Saturday, I knew Saturday morning for sure, because they never failed to call. My old truck, it was going down, and I don't know, Scott and them would have found a way to get to me to tell me, well, the truck's broke down. Well, anyway, I never heard anything, and I went, got my neighbor to take me down to where they said they was going to leave my truck. Well, I'll call you truck. It was really like a little Blazer or something other. But I went down there, and it was sitting there. And I knew, I mean, that in my heart, I just looked up at the mountains, and I just knew something. And I called my granddaughter. Well, Friday night I had called her to go up my old homestead that I moved from, and she said, "Mama, they're not there." And the truck was still where they had parked it. Told me they was going to park it. And I just know Saturday morning I still hadn't heard nothing, and Sunday come, and I just knew. I mean, Mommy knows when something. I mean, I've had it rough for the last 3 or 4 days. It just, Sunday I knew a month from Sunday they'd be gone 4 years. And it's hard to get up every morning time, go to bed. I keep on praying for answers. It's pretty bad. I wouldn't want no one to ever go through what I'm going through. But something's happened to them. I don't know what happened to them, but my boys would be home with me. They took care of me. I don't understand it. But I'm not giving up. I don't care what I've got to do to, well, Shane is the one that brought this up, and I really appreciate him because he brought his pictures of his little boy that through the Army, graduated, and he was talking about you. And I said, well, I don't care. I said, you know the way I look at it, every time I go on any kind of news or anything, that one person that hears them, if they've got a heart, they can pray that I will get an answer. I don't care how many looks at it, sees it, but that's one more that God's going to hear. And that's why I do it. I mean, I'm constantly going on the missing pages, on the ones, that's always missing. People don't even know who I am. But I let them know that I am praying for their loved ones missing, and I need prayer too. I mean, they don't even know I don't even know them. But I mean, I post, I don't care what it is. If it's anything about the missing, I post on it. I mean, they don't know me, but God knows them. And it's really hard.
Gosh, I can't even imagine what you're going through, and definitely I feel like, your intuition tells you that something you just knew.
Well, I know. I mean, I felt it. Well, I felt it Friday night, really. Because they have never failed to call me, Mom, the old truck's broke down. I'm going to try to find me that's right home. And I knew Friday night something, it was just different. Because they hadn't called or nothing. And they had told me what they wanted for supper. That Friday night was pinto beans. And I wasn't feeling good, but I went on ahead and put on the pot. I kept them beans. I bet you they stayed in the refrigerator for a month because I couldn't get them out. But I knew something was wrong. I knew it. I mean, a mommy knows when something part of her is gone. And I believe that when the boys left them here, I've even said there was something when they backed out. I mean, of course, I had a bad headache and I didn't know, but I just know something was different. Because Scott come back. I guess he told him to pull back up. He got back up out of the car, the truck, and put his arms around me and told me he loved me. We'll see you in a little while, Mommy. And most of the time he gets agitated when I make them put their belts on. They had to pull back up for that, but he made him stop and pull back in, and he gave me a hug. And I just know, I mean, something that wasn't right.
Do you remember that day? Like, what do you...
It was probably a couple, I think Sundays when I reached out to her, I had saw her post on Facebook asking for prayer that the boys hadn't come home yet. So that's when I started contacting her and asking her if I could do anything. What, do we need to go look for them? And that's what her other son, Jason, that lives in Kentucky, their brother.
Okay.
She went. Was it Sunday when you went to file the missing persons report?
It was Saturday.
Saturday.
Well, I told them Saturday because
Yes.
I went to the vehicle and I called Lake City Police and they came up and I told them, I said, the boys didn't come home last night. Of course, the truck, had a flat tire and a few other things. But anyway, I just told them, I said, something's wrong. And they really just, I guess, blowed it off. But anyway, like in late Saturday evening, I just thought about it, and I called back again. And I wouldn't let it go. I just wouldn't, because I knew something was wrong. When they went in the mountain, they wasn't home Friday night. I knew something was wrong.
So
And
Lake City did not.
No,
They did not file a report.
they didn't.
They didn't file a missing persons report at that time.
Well,
Lake
I
City
told
didn't.
them.
You told them, yes.
Yeah, I
They
told them
didn't
Saturday.
file a report. It was another day before Anderson County and Campbell County, because where their vehicle was at was right on the county line. So they went back and forth who was going to take the case.
Okay.
And at this point, Jason's getting involved. He's calling Anderson County, Campbell County. He's on his way down from Kentucky. Finally, Campbell County decided they were going to take it.
Now tell us that was right on the border. Where was the truck parked at? In Campbell County or in Anderson County?
It was actually in Campbell County, yes.
Yeah.
Campbell
Was
County.
that what made the decision for Campbell County to take the case?
Yes,
But they probably walked into Anderson County, most likely.
most likely. They were probably back and forth because the way that line runs up the ridge and the mountain.
And their truck, was it found behind, I believe it was a funeral home, the Leach Funeral Home? Or is that where they were searching?
Across the road.
Yeah.
Okay, so they parked there, and that's where their truck was parked. And they were searching behind the funeral home, like up on that hill. I kind of looked at a map.
Yes.
It's very wooded, lots of acres of
Yes.
land out there. So, were there any searches done? Did the police department do any searches?
Well, the
out
police
there?
department came out and took the missing persons report from Donna, and then Jason came down. It took him all week long, and him threatened. He almost went to jail himself because he said, "Look, if y'all are not going to get out here and look for my brothers, I'm going. If you have to arrest me, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to look for my brothers."
So Jason's the third brother.
Yes.
There's three. Okay.
He's retired from the
Okay.
Army, military.
And so I did hear from Shane about how there was a person who threatened Tracy and Scott. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, when they came home from Ginseng one day, I could hear them talking. I have mentioned it before, and there was 4 different men that they come across in the mountains. They told them that they had to get out, and if they didn't get out, well, they really threatened them. And I was just eavesdropping and listening to them to see what was going on, because they'll talk, but they don't want me to hear. And he said that 4 men had threatened them. They had guns, told them that they had been paid supposedly by the landowner to protect that property. So even my grandson, he went out Saturday, his own self, trying to find his dad and uncle. And he got a gun pulled to his head. Told him that he had to leave, or they were going to leave him, that they had already taken care of the situation with Scott and Tracy. And that he had to leave. But a gun was even took to my grandson, which he's done gone on now. But they threatened him. The people, which I guess they do protect whatever. Mm-hmm. But nobody deserves to die for a plant.
Yeah, and
God made it, and it will grow back. I mean, I just don't understand what happened.
And you had just said that the guys that put the gun to your grandson's head said they had already taken care
of the situation.
So, like,
when he came back home Saturday, Justin came back home. He said, Mom, because he called me Mom all the time. He said, Mom, he said, they've already done something to Dad and Uncle Tracy. Somebody's harmed them. They've killed them. And I said, well, you don't know that. And he said, yes, Mom. He said, they've done something to them because they already said they took care of the situation. And I could not go hunt for them. So, I don't know.
All right, guys, this is Shane Shoops, and he is the neighbor to Scott and Tracy Hawkins, and we're going to establish how close he lives to them on this video here. Then he's going to go with us where they went missing, but we just want to let you know how he knows them. And how long had you known them before they went missing?
Maybe 20 years.
Oh, 20 years.
Yeah, okay. They lived here a long time. I've lived here. I bought my house. My son turned 4, and he's 20 now, so I've been here about 15, 20 years now. A good 15, 17 years I've been here off and on. And then I got locked up for a little while. They took care of my house. I had an original dog here.
Who took care of your house?
Scott and Tracy both.
Okay,
they
so
come over.
You served a little time in jail. And
yeah, some years. I was gone away from years, so they come over and make sure everything was took care of. Took care of my dog was staying here. My mom hired them to do work. I've known them a long time. We've grilled out together. You know, we just hung out all the time, run the roads. I mean, just went shopping and done everything we needed to do. They was real good people.
So I'm going to show them, right here is where they lived, right across, directly, pretty much across the street. There's their mother standing over there. She's getting ready to go with us down there also. And we just kind of wanted to establish your relationship with them and how close you live to them and all that. And you're going to go with us, I guess, and we're going to head down there to where they did go missing, because you was on a search and there was some things.
The very next morning after the night they went missing, me and his son Justin, we went the next day and went to one specific place and all that, and we got ran off with weapons and told them if we were on that property, we were going to die on that property.
Okay.
So, and there was only one place we went, and literally there's pictures of the sons and me that got sent to her, and there was only one spot we went, and I didn't go nowhere else. So that trail cam picture is the last spot where they were at.
So that was the trail cam picture showed them on there?
Yeah, those showed them originally, and then
whose trail cam was that?
We don't know yet. They were sent to her. So this
picture just showed up randomly?
They sent them to her, and she didn't know who it was, and they sent it to her and said, here, you know these people? And it was a picture of me and her 2 sons.
Okay.
But shot at different times. Like I said, we went to one specific place, didn't go nowhere else. So that trail cam is the last place they were at.
Well, let's go down there and you can tell us more there, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we just showed you the clip from Shane's house, how close he lives. Now we're about 15 miles away, right here on the Campbell County border, Campbell County, Anderson County border. You can actually see right down there is the sign for Anderson County, Campbell County. That says Anderson County down there. So that was one of the problems originally. They wasn't for sure which direction they went to. Is that right, Shane?
Yes.
So this was common for them to park here.
Yeah, they parked right here behind this truck, like right off the road. And they would either come up and go this side, or they would either walk down and come up. And then either way, they hit the mountain range, and they never came back out. This right here flattens up. You have to go at an angle towards this way. Because if you go this way, there's a road right here that runs right to a subdivision. That will bring you out that way. So they're going to have to go this way to hit the ridge to get thicker ridge.
Have you ever ginseng with them before?
No, I've never been, because years of misspent youth, I always want to go with them, but I just never had a chance to get out and go. I wouldn't even know if I seen it laying on the ground right now. But I didn't know they were avid ginsengers. They were out daylight to dark. They loved it.
So yeah, I'm getting a lot better picture now. That I was thinking there was a road like behind here that they went up, but they went over this ridge and then come into another road, which we'd call Cherry Bottom around here.
Just back up this way and around, and going back towards the lake. That's how deep the place is out through there. But if they would stay straight, that's the only place they could have went. Either that or hit water.
Okay, so The truck sat right there that we just saw, the Blazer, for 2 months. Somebody set fire to it. It got towed to Cassie's, and so we just know from experience of the boys, they would have parked there and probably went maybe behind the...
Yeah, they would have went this way because they always told me, you never come out where your vehicle is if you got a patch on you, because somebody's always trying to rob you. So they would have come out a little bit down, that way they could have seen, had enough come over. But from right here, this thins out. There's nowhere you can go except for to another subdivision, so they had to cut and go this way to where it thickens up and it starts hitting ridges.
Okay. Well, we just have a lot better visualization now. Hopefully I'm going to be able to come back and not today, but another day, and get some drone footage and put it up. But we're talking way off, several miles they probably went then, didn't they?
Yeah, they would sometimes go, I don't know, I've never been with them, but they love to run the mountains. So like I said, they go, like she said, 9 o'clock in the morning and come out like 6, so that's a lot of hiking back and forth. But they were from here, and they knew these ridges. It's not like they were going to get in there and get lost and not know where to go. They were mountain boys. They knew where they were going.
So you went the next day after they went missing over to where you thought they might have come out at, and that's the property that you had the issue with being threatened.
Yes.
All right, so let's back up just a little bit about the ginseng. And that's something that you did also for a while.
Ever since I was a little girl.
Ever since you was a little girl.
Yeah.
And so did you go with your sons quite a bit?
Yeah. Camped. Went camping.
Camping. So is this an area that you all work together?
No, well, most of the time we go up on top of Terrible Mountain.
Okay.
Beach Grove Mountain, Bristol Mountain. We've been to Alabama. Just different places set up about a week, and Ginseng come home.
So you said something about stopping after work back some years ago and stopping here.
Yeah, I used to work at the nursing home down here. Okay. And I'd go home, get my fatigues on. Well, sometimes I'd just have them in my old blue truck and sort of put them on behind there.
So you would go out by yourself?
By myself.
Okay.
Back in the day, I always come by myself. Just if I wanted ginseng, I'd just get out and go.
So what just as an example of what they might have collected in one day, what do you think the most they ever would have dug in one day, money-wise?
Well, I don't know about money-wise because it varied, different
time. The time you dry it and you put several batches, but you can dig as much as $1,000 a day, can't you?
If you wanted to, if you find it.
Find it, if you're lucky.
It takes 4 pounds of green to make a pound of dry. After you get it all dried up, it will be
4 pounds is a lot to dig. Yeah. It takes a while. Because my parents ginseng too. I went with them as a kid, and I know it's like you might find a few ounces, or you might find a pound, or you might not find nothing.
Right.
So it's just a matter. So you knew this was a good area, this ridge over here?
Well, it all depends on what, if you go in the mountain, I wouldn't go around, or we wouldn't go around anything with pine trees or anything like that. I forget the name of the tree that you had to, it ain't walnut.
Certain type of tree, it grows under better.
Yeah, and in that area is where that you, well, Jason would tell you, and my other boy, but there's a certain amount of a tree, if it's anywhere around, it's
better to find. Okay.
Because I don't know what, it thrived on that. I don't know.
So how many years has it been since you maybe ginseng these woods here? 10, 15 years?
Oh, it's been about 20.
20 years?
It's been a long
while.
There's actually a little access road that goes up to his property from down here.
Did his property reach down to this side?
No.
But he had a road through somebody else's property.
It was Powell Clinch Utility District.
Oh, okay. So he could access this from his property. So the boys might have walked right up that road then.
They could have, yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I need Jason here, because their brother, because he actually walked up that road. He actually searched all this and found where they had dug ginseng, found cigarette butts, found their lunch stuff. There was also some
talk about the pictures that showed up to you all that came off a trail cam. Can you tell us more about that trail cam picture?
As far as I know, the property owners turned over trail cam pictures. They didn't turn over the whole trail cam. They just turned over a couple of pictures. And those pictures were from previous days. They were not that day.
Okay, so the owners of the property had trail cams, so he knows they was on the property at different times.
Yes, I think they had been there Tuesday and Wednesday. They didn't go Thursday, and they went Friday, something like that.
What day of the week was it on the August 6th? What would that have been?
That was on a Friday.
On a Friday.
So
he's saying there was no pictures of them on that day?
No,
Okay.
he didn't turn over any.
Justin, my grandson, he had mentioned about the trail camps. They were more than 2 trail camps on that road. I mean, on that area. They were more. But when he went with them, they were more. So by the time everything went down or whatever happened, they just showed 2.
Yeah.
They took the rest of them up. Or somebody did.
Okay.
Took the rest of them up.
So,
Like 2's on.
can we see that road you think behind here? That might have been a dirt road for utility
I don't know if
access?
we can see it through the trees or not, but I know if you pull into that next little parking lot where that building
Okay.
has burnt down.
We might try to check that on our next trip then, see what we can find. So yeah, we can see this wooded area here. Most definitely you would think anywhere through here they would just cut through. Now, who owns this? Did you ever find out who owns the property right here behind the funeral home?
I'm not sure if the funeral home owns it or EquiSearch did a lot of the getting permission.
Getting
so
permission.
Powell Clinch owns a lot of it.
Okay,
So-
Powell Clinch Utilities.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it's more of a,
And that's where the property owner purchased his. He purchased his property from Powell Clinch.
okay. All
So
right.
his property joins in with theirs.
Okay.
Well, the boys would have, I've dropped them off right in here, and they went and hit right through here. And I've done it too. I park my truck up there, and I come down here and go through that way.
Okay.
But like I told them, you know, it's bad to walk through to even
Yeah.
get through to it. So
Yes.
it's pretty bad. And there's another place down there beside that,
The gas building.
that it went up through there too.
That's where he has the access road.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll try to catch that on our next trip probably, see if we
Yeah.
can see that. But yeah, I mean, from what I know from my mom and dad, they would have parked like they did. They would have hit through these woods, and which mainly they would do Kerrville Mountain, which is owned by land companies. Most of that property, or TWRA property, state property, or different things like that in the mountains. So
We'd go up and camp up there. We could do, you know, even on my old homestead, because I was raised up on top of Campbell Mountain. I was telling them.
had they run into problems with ginseng before? Anybody threatening them before? No.
Not as far as I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And believe you me, I eavesdropped a lot.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't have known about.
Well, you said something about you heard them the night before when they come in. They were talking about they had a warning. Somebody had warned them to not.
Yeah, that they had been 4 people they come across them, and they told them that they had to get out of there, or they was going to take care of it.
And they didn't tell you that. You just kind of overheard them.
Yeah, I was eavesdropping. I was sitting on the couch.
They probably didn't want you to hear, did
No.
they? Yeah.
No. And the reason why the one young man, I knowed him,
Oh,
but
okay.
he's passed away now, so we can't.
You knew one
ask
of them that
him.
had threatened him, or was with them?
Had been with them.
Okay.
Because I don't think that the one.
So they had somebody with them the night before, different, that when they went the night before and got threatened, they had somebody else with them that night, you think?
No.
No, okay.
No, are you talking about the 4 men?
Well, yeah, being threatened, you know.
Yeah, it would have been the same people.
Okay. All right, well, there's some things as I'm learning, we're trying to put the pieces together. There's a lot of pieces, and getting it together is a little bit harder. All right, anything else we can think of right now that we want to mention while we're right here at this location?
I just wished I can find out where they're at. I know they're here, though. I don't know where they're at, but
Yeah.
they're here.
You got just feeling in your spirit they're here in this property somewhere
I
within.
can't, you know, if I come down here to go to the doctor or something, when I passed that old truck before the hip got moved, my heart would just bust. My boys, somewhere. I don't know where, but they're there, up on that mountain.
We're here at Cassie's property. This Blazer here is the boys' vehicle that they drove that morning to go ginsenging. It sat there after they went missing for almost 2 months until Halloween, and then someone set fire to it. We don't really probably believe that it had anything necessarily to do with the case. It might have just been some people that were just out for mischief that weekend, it being Halloween. But the vehicle has sat here for 4 years now. Tell us, Donna, when during that day, when it's supper time, did they usually come home the same time during the day?
Well, sometimes they'd be a little late, but when it got like 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong. And I had called my granddaughter, because I know where they were supposed to park the truck, where he was, well, I call it truck, where he was at. And they told, she had went up to my old homestead, to where the boys were raised at. They wasn't there. Of course, the truck was still down across from the funeral home. And she went out and tried to find them, and they just couldn't do it.
Was that the next morning or that night?
Next morning.
Next morning, okay.
Well, she had went on the back roads from more the back part to where you could have, I guess, go in about the Ginseng, but there's a roadway too that you can go on. And she had went on that and didn't see them walking, because we assumed maybe, because Scott and Tracy both, wasn't in big good health, especially Scotty. Scotty had a lot of heart problems. Tracy had a lot of breathing problems. And we thought, well, maybe it got in the mountains and couldn't get each one of them out or something like that. But I knew Saturday morning come, they was nowhere around. They didn't call. They didn't nothing. So my grandson, he went out hunting with Shane to see if he can find them. And he, of course, there's problems, but that happened during them hunting for him, which I didn't know anything about that. I still don't know what's happened to my boys, but something has. I mean, my boys would have been home. Even Friday night, my boys would have called me, Mom, the old truck's tore down. And they called it the old truck too. This has happened to it, and it was the tire thing. He was messing up. Everything about it was messing up. But
so they would have been having some vehicle problems that would have caused them to broke down, possibly.
What I would thought would be wrong, but by the time my granddaughter went down to hunt for herself, they was nowhere walking on no back road. I knew then that something's wrong. I mean, I figured that if they finally got out of the mountain, that they would be on the back road, and she did too. But she went on the back roads, up, down, wherever, and they was nowhere around. So,
well, we're going to get into this case a little bit more there where the boys went missing. Their truck was parked on the Campbell County, Anderson County line. It was a little bit of debate whether Anderson County Sheriff's Department was going to take the case or where Campbell County. It ended up in Campbell County. We're working on getting some interviews with some of the detectives that's working on the case, so there'll be some more videos coming up in the future. But with doing this video, our hope is that we can maybe bring some awareness that maybe somebody will have a tip or come forward, and you can contact me directly at my email. Sometimes people don't want to go to law enforcement. If you have any pictures or photos you'd like to email to me or anything that you know, let us know. But we're also asking for prayer. Donna really wants some prayer. She's really struggling with this, and it's coming up on the 4-year anniversary here.
4 years.
In a few weeks. It's not going to be long till we have the 4-year anniversary, and she has really struggled with this. She's left a Christmas tree up in her house for 4 years. Never take it down. We'll try to get you some photos of that too. But she wants prayer. You just really need help. People praying. You believe in prayer, I guess, and
I sure do.
Absolutely. So
ever since I was 9 years old when God saved me, I'm 73 now.
So everybody watching, if you're a Christian and you pray for this family, pray for Donna, that God will help them come to some kind of answer, some type of peace with this.
We call her Annie. My sister-in-law lives right down there. She's went on since the boys went on and went missing. And I would come up here, slip away from them, and I'd spend my moment and open the door, and it just
come up here and just
be by myself. Her son, I got raised in the house, but I thought I'd slip away from him from down there. I hear somebody, he'd be behind me.
Watching over you, wasn't he? We'll show you the damage here on the inside. Come on over here, Dustin, and show them a little bit of what the interior looks like. Although this was 2 months later after the boys went missing, we really don't feel that this had anything to do with that. It just had sat there for 2 months. It was Halloween weekend, and the vehicle had some damage to it. Now, we talked about that a few minutes ago, I think, or maybe at your house when we picked you up, about why the vehicle sat there for 2 months. You want to tell them maybe why Do you want to explain why the wagons left it there? You just couldn't move it because you wanted to leave it there?
Yeah, Donna wanted to leave it there. She wanted to leave it there until the boys were found.
Wanted to leave it there.
Yes, the Campbell County had entered the tag into a missing persons database.
And so was there some pressure for the truck to be moved by somebody maybe, or?
Yeah,
Yes,
a neighbor, but the law enforcement did talk to him and tell him that it wasn't going to move till they decided to move it.
Okay, so they wasn't
I did have a problem with it. You know, he wanted it out of the way.
So yeah, then it got burnt. So that's something we don't know anything whether it had to do with the case or not. But then how soon after it got burnt did you move it down here, Cassie? Did it get pulled down here?
Oh, it was like 2 days.
2 days,
Yeah.
okay. So it's been here 4 years, still sitting here. We opened it up probably for the first time in a long time, and we appreciate you all letting us see that. I think this will help people get a little bit of what's happening.
Come up, so I don't know.
And didn't you say you had like a plaque or something of the 6-prong?
Oh,
Ginseng?
yeah. It's
I
in
wanted
your
to see that. That'd be nice.
Stay. You can't come in. Stay. No.
Here, I'll
Stay.
sneak through.
Stay. 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 Well, let me get my. Girl.
I love this picture of Donna.
Is that the
Her
boys?
husband.
No, that's her husband and her. Okay.
Yeah, that's back right before I married him. This is what you call,
A 6-prong?
yeah, see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And that's rare, right?
Yeah, and right up here in the middle, that's where the buries has been.
And how many years it usually take? Like 6 years for it to get that big?
You can't hardly find them.
But it's at least like 6 years for it to grow to get 6 prongs.
Oh, we
maybe?
don't.
Don't know. I know it's a long time. It
Well,
takes years.
they'll come up every so often. Like if it be 2 years, the next second year, it may this may have next year may have come up like a 4-prong.
Right.
It don't come up the same time.
Right. It gets bigger every year. Then the
Right.
root's bigger.
Well, I've dug them till they've come up to here on me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now here's ginseng right here. Now this is what Justin had cut or had dug. Took a picture of it.
Wow. That's how it looks
Ain't that
like.
pretty? Justin dug it.
Wow.
I never had no luck identifying it. I couldn't find it.
Oh yeah.
They all looked the same to
It's in
me.
yours. Or Cassie.
Wow. And who is this?
That's my brother. That's my
Okay.
baby brother.
Do you have pictures of the boys on here?
Yeah, well, there's Scotty when he was little. Now, where's Tracy at? Well, and there's Danielle, it's Scott's little girl. Like she's little, she's grown. Well, here's Cassie and Lo. She went last year. She died last year. That's Scott's girl right here.
Oh.
That's the oldest one.
How old is she now?
30. No, 30. 33. And this is Jason. That's the one that's in the Army.
Oh, that's your other son.
Yeah.
Your third son.
Yeah. Well, he's the middle one.
Yeah.
But, this is all Daniel's family. That's Jeff, the baby son. That's the brother to Daniel. That's Daniel. That's Jenna's. That's his, David's brother. That's Becky, his sister. That's Lois. And that's Cassie's sister. And that's his, their sister, I think. Now these two, this one and this one, and this one and this one has been away since Scott's been gone. Since they went missing. It just like. Then Ronnie. There's been at least, I counted between my sister went away.
And you call it went away. Your comments when someone passes as went away.
Yeah, because they'll come, I'm going to leave them, so.
Has this been a term you've used growing up?
went away.
I've not heard that term around here.
That's what my mommy always called you when you go away, you know. You can't, they ain't gonna come back, but you can go to them. But I just can't use the other term. And I won't face, when I post on about the boys, I don't put died or anything like that. I just don't. I just say they're missing or they've gone away. I just can't do it. In my mind, I can't comprehend it. I mean, I look at things, think about how could they have, what would have anybody done to them, which went first, and how trouble it would be for one brother to see the other brother to go away. I just can't. I can't comprehend it in my head. There's a reason for it. I don't know what, but.
Well, we appreciate your time again today. We kind of showed up unexpected.
Oh, it's all right.
We don't want to wear you out, you know. So I know I know that it's really.
Well, I enjoyed going to the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we got to go eat and get to know each other better. So.
And well, it's trouble that you're kin to me, though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah, I take that back.
All right.
Because Artie, she's like I said, and I can tell you where that the house she used to live up there in Braswell.
No, you're
Years
thinking of
ago.
somebody else. You're talking about Verdi.
Birdie's what I'm thinking about.
You're talking about
Birdie.
her sister, Verdi.
Yeah,
Now,
Verdi.
Verdi was quite the case. Now.
Yeah, as long as she had that chewing gum in her mouth.
You're talking about her sister, Verdi, lived
Well,
up
now,
there.
Artie's not, your mom's not been gone long, then, has
No, like 2 years. 2 years.
Because I seen it on the,
Yeah, and Verdi passed away probably 5 or 6 years
Yeah.
ago. So her Verdi lived there in.
well, now who lived in Clinton?
I think Verdi moved to Clinton eventually out of Briceville and lived
Right.
right there in Clinton.
Right there, you could go down around the
Yeah,
car there,
right
sitting right there in the hole, yeah.
That's, yeah.
Because I went up there and seen her rug. She
Yeah, she
Because I
moved
go
there
to
after.
Nancy's and she'll be at
I
Nancy's.
think she moved there after her husband.
Yeah.
passed
Well, so
away.
I told her Flip then. I don't know your mom.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably do, but
Yeah, because
I
you
got
was
her mixed up with
right.
Verdi.
But, yeah, now Verdi, she was a handful, like you said.
oh yeah. Which I thought the world of her though. She was sweet though. She was okay.
There's a rough area up there where she lived at in Briceville. There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
shooting and going on and carrying on.
Well, it's like that now. Really, people just keep it hid.
Well, we'll let you get some rest. and
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
when-
If you need us or if anything comes up,
Yeah, you let us know.
you let us know, and I can come down anytime.
Okay.
Anything.
But now you still didn't find your little gizmo?
I ain't worried about it. That's just part of
So
it.
fine.
It's a little box. I can buy another one. It's just I keep extra equipment in case I lose it. So or one of them goes dead.
Well, I'll take Justina down there and maybe walk her.
Yeah, okay. It's just a little gray box.
Okay.
It's no big deal.
Well, we'll agree to keep in touch with you and we'll be back.
okay.
John is here all the time, so.
Well, I'm here. I don't ever go nowhere other than church and the store and the doctor.
Well, we might just come visit with you some. Just
Okay.
just to
well,
talk.
I sure appreciate it.
We'll talk to you next time. You got my number? Do you have my number?
Yeah.
Okay. Cause
Yeah, I'll put it on there.
and we're on Facebook friends too, so you make sure to message me on anything, okay? Anytime.
Well, that's the reason why I posted about her being the little girl. I wanted you to know that I know her name. But
she referred to you as the little girl
That's cute.
in the comment.
I like that.
But I do love all of you. And I
We love you too.
Pray for you.
Bye bye.
maybe one day we'll find her.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, this is a property out in, what would you call this area?
Shady Cove.
Shady Cove, part of Campbell County. There were a cabin up here, and my son Dustin was well familiar with this property. They were, for whatever reason, it was known for distributing narcotics by different people at different times. I think it was always the same person, but it's very secluded out here. You pass quite a few houses. We'll try to get a little bit of that footage coming out of here that are abandoned or just dilapidated. Nobody's living in them. This is at the end of the road. That morning, that was August 6th, they were supposed to come here and pick up narcotics. So we're still looking into that situation on who was here and what happened. Hopefully, maybe we'll have more information that we can tell you about on future videos, but we're not going to tell who was here that morning right now. But if you know any information about this property during that day that they were there, make sure to contact the Campbell County Sheriff's Department or Cassie here. And how did they contact you? Do you got a Facebook page?
I have a Facebook page, Cassie Carroll.
Okay, and we'll put a link for that in there. You can contact her there, and or me on my email. So the cabin's burnt, it's gone, but this, they probably, what do you think? Do you think they might have come here, made it here that morning? It was said, one story was they didn't come here. One story was they did come here and they did buy narcotics and they used the narcotics, and then things were started going downhill for them at that point. And then the story just kind of ended. What happened after that?
Yeah, I'm about half and half. I don't know what to believe at this point. There's been so many stories.
All right, well, we wanted to show you this in this video, just let you know, here's one of the places that morning that you probably hadn't seen. I don't guess, has this ever been on anything else before, talked about this location?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, there's a huge, long steps, and Dustin talked about that. Dustin's not with me tonight, but he talked about that. When Dustin was in addiction, he walked out here many, many miles in the snow and bought narcotics here. So, yeah, if you have any information of the boys being here, let us know.
Yes.
All right, guys, this is Cassie Carroll, and she is niece to Donna, who's the mother of Scott and Tracy. And she's the family spokesperson that's been doing a lot of the news and media, different things. You've probably seen her before. She has started a GoFundMe in hopes of that bringing somebody out that will give a tip. That GoFundMe is going to be for 100% go to the reward. It's $5,500 that she's hoping to raise. It could go past that. The more raised, the more likely someone would come forward. So Cassie will be in charge of that. She just set that up, and there'll be a link in the bottom there. So during this 4 years, it's coming up August 6th, 4 years, there's never been a reward offered.
Correct. Yeah, we didn't know if that would be helpful or not, but we're to the point where we're going to try anything that can help bring a tip to where they're located, or help bring the people to be prosecuted that were responsible for their disappearance.
Yes, so that link will be there in the description below, the GoFundMe link, and it also should be pinned to the comments at the very top comment, so you can find that GoFundMe link. You might only give $5 or $50 or $500 or $5,000, whatever you feel that you could do to help. Donna is really struggling with this.
Yes.
And she don't seem like she's got it probably much better, has she?
No, her health's getting worse too. It's took a toll on her.
Took a toll on her health. And yeah, because I saw some pictures or some videos from 3 years ago, and some news reports, and you can tell it's taken a toll on her.
Yeah.
So she really wants some closure on what's happened. So make sure to pray about that. If you're led to help them, that money will go to the reward, and there'll be specifics on that reward come up that EquiSearch is going to tell her certain things, that guidelines that have to be met to receive that reward. So that's not quite available because they don't have it yet, but that's what this video is about, to raise that so that we can come back with that and get hopefully somebody to come forward. They might have 5,500 reasons to come forward now.
Right, or it may go above that. We'll just wait and see.
So, all right, so that's links in the description. All right, I got to thinking a little bit today, and we was down here a few days ago and looked at the vehicle and took some pictures of it. But then I remember you telling me that you found on October 30th, the vehicle had been sitting there almost 2 months.
2 months.
And you realized that the front seat, or somebody else did with EquiSearch, what was his name?
He's the director, Dave.
Dave noticed it looked like the front seat was forward on this.
Yes.
So I had some pictures and I looked at them and I'm like, it's hard to tell. So I messaged Cassie and said, can I come down and look at it? So y'all give me your all's comment on what you think on this. Tell me their heights now again.
I would say Scott was probably 6'1", 6'2", and Tracy was probably 5'11", 6 foot.
Okay, well, I'm about 5'10", so we're going to look at these seats in here, and we're going to see a little bit of the difference of what one all the way back would be and what this one's like. And it's a power seat on the driver's side and manual on the passenger side, so I was able to scoot that back. So let's look at it here and see what it seems to be like. Both seats actually were both seats were up all the way, just about even. Both these seats were even. So I'm going to move this passenger seat back forward again and see how far forward to go past the driver's seat. So we'll try that. I'll get you to hold the camera for me. 3, 2. Okay, that seat's not been moved because it is power, has to move by the motor, but this one is a manual seat. And we can see right here the difference of how far this one come back. I'm gonna get Cassie to hold this and I'm gonna pull this one forward. So actually both these seats were all the way forward. So this is far back as it'll go. And this is as far forward as it will go. And so there's about an inch to go back right there. Almost as far forward on both seats. Now that we look at it, we're all the way pushed up. Now, I'm trying to find a tilt on the steering wheel and I don't see it. And also the bottom cover that covers up the bottom part of the steering wheel where your ignition's at was laying down underneath that, as though somebody tried to break that off and get into it for some reason. This was burnt the next day after y'all, on October 31st on Halloween night probably.
Yes.
Someone burned it. So we don't really think that the burning of it had anything to do. Probably they're missing, maybe just some people out doing mischief on Halloween. But let's go back over here, Cassie, and I'm gonna see what it looks like for me to sit in this seat. I got in it a minute ago and I can get in it. I can ride that. And I'll get you to hold that right there. I could ride in this vehicle with it at this position, but I don't see a tilt. This seems high to me, but I would not think that I would be this close, especially if I was 2 to 3 inches taller. So that's one of the things we're thinking that might be an issue with the seat being moved, that somebody shorter moved the seat up. So you can see right here it has power, so we can't see where it moves backwards and forth, but you can see the track right back here, and you can see it's way forward on this track. It would have to have a battery charger put to it to put a battery, but I don't think this seat would go forward anymore, and somebody that tall, I believe that's a little bit close for them to be comfortable to drive. You leave your comment there on what you think for somebody 6'1" or 2, if this would have been too close. This is more like somebody 5'5".
I can get in there and show you. I'm a 5'6".
Oh, you 5'6"? Okay, you want to get in there?
And it's still too...
Yeah, it is still close, ain't it? Even
yeah.
I mean, at 5'6", would you... Let me move this. It's hard to move this. So at that rate right there, would you drive?
No.
Okay, so it's still too close for you even at 5'6".
Yeah, I couldn't drive this way.
Okay. And probably when the car, you know, it's hard to say if it was moved, whether there was pictures taken of it by the Campbell County Sheriff's Department at the time. We don't know whether anybody else noticed or thought anything odd about it being up so close. But yeah, it's something to think about. That's another key, I believe, in thinking that somebody else probably brought it there. That and the fact that it was not parked in the same place. Now, did I talk to you about talking to Shane about they normally park behind the box truck and not in front of it?
Yeah, you told me about that, and they park in front of it.
because the neighbor next door maybe has, they did have it and probably still do have a camera. If they had parked behind the box truck, the camera would have picked that up.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. So, but you can see somebody set fire with something in here. The windows being up, wasn't enough oxygen for it to probably take off and burn, but it did quite a bit of damage. All right, guys, I just wanted to come down and do this little check on the seats. And this is, I don't know, 5th or 6th time we've met to talk. And I've been working on this now for about a little over a week every day, going through things in my mind and things that y'all originally first told me. Y'all told me so much it took a little while for everything to sink in. So, guys, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the seat.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that last clip I filmed last night, July 17th. This is July 18th. After thinking about the seat a little bit more and thinking about the truck not being parked where the boys normally would have parked it, I called Shane this morning because I had talked to Shane on other interviews that we did not record. And Shane talked about the truck not being parked where they normally park. So when I called him about that this morning to confirm that, got to talking to him, I talked to him about the seat discrepancy of being forward. He said he's rode in the back of that seat multiple times over the years, and he knows exactly where the seat position would be. Now, we're going to go get Shane. We're going to go down there. We've got to get a car wheel and tire out of the back seat that they put in there for some reason. We're going to try to also get power to the battery. We brought a jump starter, and we're going to see if we can move the front seat with electric motor. But we're getting ready to pull down Shane's road, and we're going to meet him and head down that way.
Hey, John, you doing okay?
Doing good. How's it going today?
Good. How you doing?
All righty, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get it. Need help with your dogs?
No, they'll load up good.
They'll load up good? Okay.
Nope. Come on. I know. Quit being a butthead. They don't like Carl.
Okay. Well, we'll just follow you down there, okay?
We'll follow you because I don't know where it's at.
Okay, we'll see.
Back.
Do you travel with them all the time?
Yeah, I got to. This has to chew everything up. Quit being that way. Come here, buddy. Get it back. Go.
All right. I want to get some footage of them. Okay, we're back down here at the location where Scott and Tracy went missing almost 4 years ago. And as this is the 10th day I started working on this project, time's kind of went by. And as I've been thinking about things, and when I first talked to you down here, the first day we came down here, you had told me that when I asked you where they were parked at, and the car, you told me it was behind the box truck. But then after that, I watched a news clip and I saw that the vehicle actually was parked in front of the box truck right over here. Now, tell me about what you know about where they normally would park at.
My understanding is they always park right about where the front of the shrub is right here. Because any more than this right here, you have a chance of being hit or being picked up than right here. Because you can say, oh, my truck belongs to this house, but I've known them always to be at the back end of this truck. Like you said, now they're up this point of view. And to me, that's just not enough for them to get safely off the road like they could, like right there at that spot.
Right. So, and also we were talking about this house over here, the red brick, probably has a camera on the corner. And if they parked behind the truck, that camera would have picked up maybe who was getting out of the vehicle.
Yeah, them people there, as far as I know, have lived there for a long time. I've never seen nobody move out of there or nothing. So, I mean, I would go talk to them and see. You know, maybe they nobody's ever talked to them either. You know, maybe no cops has asked them nothing because they have a bird's eye view of all this, of anything, if they're willing to speak. But I know nobody's ever moved out of there. They've been there for 10, 12 years now.
Okay.
That's definitely not what they would usually do. They'd be right there because that's a safe park off spot, and to where they can get over here and not have to try and open up against traffic or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, so let's go down to look at the Blazer. We're going to check the seat out. As I was talking to Shane this morning about this, coming down here and filming this, then I got talking to him about the Blazer seat being in the wrong position, and he said he rode the back
Multiple times, yeah.
So we're going to go down and do a little bit of work down there and try to see what it's like, okay?
Okay.
All right. Oh, I can look at it. All right, we're back again. So this is a couple of things. We'll look at it first, and I got a couple of things I'm wanting to do. We'll just let you look at this back seat, and then the tire that somebody put in here is a bit of a problem that we'll have to get out before you can get in here. So we'll look at the front seat first, which we're going to try to, if we can get the hood open, we're going to try to put power on the battery to see if this is going to move. But see how the track is right here, how far it is up on this track?
Yeah.
And
definitely not 6'3". I'm 5'7".
right, they wouldn't have rode like that, would they?
6'3", he'd been all the way like this. He'd been all the way up in his knees because Scott and Tracy both a long way. See, I'm sitting perfect and I'm 5'7".
Right. So then let's look at the back, because this is where you said you rode at quite a few times.
Yes, numerous times.
And let's see if we can get this out of the way here. Oh yeah, no problem. So you rode back here a bunch, so you'd know how much room you had back there. So get in there and see if that's about what you remember having.
No, that's plenty of room. Never ever.
Huh?
Never. This would be back here in your knees. Same thing up here. They're both tall. These would be pushed back all the way. Because when you sit, you had to set your knees up. Because me and Justin used to see who had to sit behind his dad or sit behind the driver. Because this.
Who usually? Which one was the tallest?
Out of me and Justin?
No, out of Scott and Tracy.
Scott.
Who usually drove?
It depends on,
They mixed
depending on
it
the
up?
morning. Yeah, they mixed them up. Yeah, Scott and Tracy both drive.
And
But
which one
this
was
right
the
here would be
tallest, though?
further back. Scott would be a driver, but the seat never moved. They always kept it back because they're both long-legged. It just Tracy was more sort of up top. I mean, than the Tracy was. But yeah, this would have been further back on your knees.
Okay. All right. So this is I brought a little battery box. You care if we try to open the hood up and see if we?
If you all can, go right
Okay.
ahead.
We'll see if we can. We don't know. It's been a long time. We're wanting to see.
Trying to dot every T, cross every I. I mean, might as well. I mean, you got to. So.
Yep, this is more than anybody's done. So.
Yeah, because you got to think leg-wise. You know, why would he be there? And the seat, the tire would never be laid down flat. It'd been turned up, and they would have their seats pushed all the way back against it.
See,
Hey,
that
wait a
back
minute.
tire was
Cut
back
this
here.
second.
That tire
Yeah.
was back here.
Right. We come prepared. We'll clean up around here.
My brother's got my weed eater. I've got these little cutters that cut the trees.
Yeah.
He's got them. I bought a little hand saw. He's got it.
Well, it's not good on little trees, is it?
These little trees are like
Oh, those are
everywhere. They're going.
those are locust branches. Looks like.
Yeah.
If that's a locust, it's.
Squirrels bury those nuts on the porch and the deck.
So yeah, we got to get these briars out of here a little bit.
Poke at me. They pulled it up before it gets, and that garage door don't open.
Battery, everything's still intact.
Handy little thing.
These are handy.
That should be tightened up enough to where, so you can tell when I just hooked it up.
We're just going to see if that seat would move with power on it.
Yeah.
And how far it does move, if it does.
No.
I'm not getting a spark. Should have got a spark if anything was pulling power. Okay, let's back up here and see if there's anything on that seat.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's left of it.
Go over there on that side and film him with that seat, how it comes. That one does slide.
Yeah, but if it's not been moved since then.
I did move it up one notch. It's one notch forward. Okay, that's as far as it'll go right there. But it was one notch back, even with this one.
Even that right there is too much for him because he would be up right here. You know what I mean? There's no way that would be right. Because they always rode in the back. You know what I mean? It always was slid back. They're both long-legged, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Tracy was just shorter in the top than Scott was.
So one thing I'm seeing is this doesn't move, even with power, should be going to it. Although we know we've had some fire damage going on here. So without the key, this possibly didn't move. If anybody's got a 2006 Blazer like this, let us know in the comments if these move without the key turned on. Even without it screwed in, this should have, if it would have had power to those seats. And those seats could have quit working or something, who knows. But they would have not had it up that far.
No.
They'd have moved them back regardless, wouldn't they? All right, well, we got one more look at this right here, guys, and appreciate Shane coming back down. Appreciate Cassie. I think this is like the third time we've been here. This is the 10th day that we've been working on this. So every time I think, and then I talked to him this morning about talking about where they would normally park at, and then I was talking about the seat, and he's, oh, I rode in the back a lot. So I thought, well, bring him down here and see what he thinks, since he had experience actually riding in the back of this vehicle. Now, was the hood, I noticed the hood's burnt here now. Did that burn, was that hood like that before this other fire damage already?
No.
That looks different. Don't look like the fire did that though, does it? Hard to say on that.
I don't know unless it's just, would the weather do it like that? Being underneath that roof?
Maybe had.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can tell the roof, definitely, if you look up here, you can tell where the heat
Looks like it's
spot
been
was, where it
made.
peeled. You see where the hood's hot on that.
Oh yeah, that was from the heat and the fire right there, definitely. Yeah, it sure was. Okay. Tell about the seats. What do you think of why they wouldn't have them forward?
Okay, well, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings on that, but me, personal experience, if these seats are all the way forward, there's no way possible. They're too big, not to mention, no, if you're dealing with medicine or whatever, and let's say though they were trying to get right, there's no way, from personal experience, I have 3 years and 4 months clean, but there's no way you can be up in the seat, have your stuff down in your lap, be able to pull up whatever and get right and get comfortable. There's no way possible that could possibly happen there and them that tall. From personal experience, I've been around them all doing our medicine back in the days. They'd had the seats pushed all the way back for more comfort and better moving around. Anybody know anything? Please don't feel bad. Put it in the comments. If you think though they're telling the police is telling somebody, there's a difference in helping somebody and telling somebody. You can even text anonymously. Please, guys, 4 years. Somebody knows something. Somebody in the game knows something. Somebody knows something somewhere. Please don't be afraid to say something.
Absolutely. All right, guys, this is going to be my final thoughts on this particular video. There are going to be other videos coming out after this giving updates on what's happening. I live right here in this county, so I can stay on it anytime there's a new lead or anybody that wants to talk to me about anything that they saw. I can be right there within hours or minutes sometimes. So we're going to talk just a little bit about what we saw in the video. And like I said in the very beginning, Donna, their mother, wants to believe that they went ginsenging and something happened to them in the mountains. I believe the vehicle was parked there by someone that knew that's a place that they would go to. So there's three things and reasons I don't think that the boys parked the vehicle there and went ginsenging. One is the location of where it's parked. Most of the people that I talked to said that they parked beside of or behind the box truck, not usually in front of it. I do believe that the vehicle was parked in front of the box truck so that the house next to it couldn't see who was getting out or what was going on. That's a very good possibility. The second thing is the seats being slid forward. Actually, both driver and passenger seats were slid forward. And Shane had been in that car so many times before, and he knew that that's just not where the seats would be. And so one of the things that, you know, they talked about in some of the interviews with Shane, and I'm not for sure exactly if it's in the video or not, if we got that in there, but he talks about how the boys were told not to come back. He said that they found a patch of ginseng that they were going to go get, but they had to wait for things to cool off. So that was a few days earlier. They were a property owner that had posted, from what I hear, a screenshot off a trail cam where they were on the property. And they were people that were upset about them being on their property and poaching the ginseng that belonged to them. But would you kill somebody over ginseng, taking the risk of going to prison the rest of your life? Getting caught, covering up a murder, getting rid of bodies? I'm not for sure about that. That's a little bit, could happen, but I don't think that's what happened in this case. And so the third thing is, I don't think that they would have went back within a couple of days of being told not to be there. When they had told Shane they're going to go back, but they're going to wait till things cool down some. So one, the car being parked in a location probably not normally parking in. Two, the seats being forward. And three, them being back at the same place that a few days earlier they had been told not to be on again. So those three things, plus all the different little things that we're hearing through the text and a few things of people saying they heard this from people that were there that morning at the cabin that burnt down, where they were buying their medicine, as Shane calls it, that morning so they could feel better to go into the mountains. There are people there. There was maybe 4 or 5 different people there that knows that. And now that there's a reward out, maybe one of those people now have a reason to come forward to bring that evidence, and I'm sure that, you know, they would have to testify in trial saying that they saw what happened to get the reward. Those details are not out yet on how that would work. Cassie Carroll, who you saw in the video, she's the family spokesperson. She's in charge of that. There'll be a link in the description if you'd like to help, you know, donate to this reward for information. And I know that a lot of times people think, well, these were users, drug addicts, what do we really care? But this is really for their mother, Donna, so she can get some closure. She'd really like to know what happened so that her nerves and her mind can be a little bit more at peace and ease. So this is really for, you know, helping her. So make sure to help if you can, if you feel led to help on that GoFundMe. Also, Cassie's Facebook link will be down there in the bottom, and my email, you can contact me. And if you have tips that may need to go directly to the Campbell County Sheriff's Department, please do that also. And let us know, let them know, and that way we'll have an idea of what's going on. We're not going to release any information at this time or names that might jeopardize the case, but we do believe there's something going to happen real soon once this video comes out. Make sure to subscribe to the Appalachian channel with John Ward so that you can keep up, stay updated. Make sure to hit the notification bell there so that when we post something, you'll be able to know that it came out. And make sure to leave a comment on what you think might have happened. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video.
I'm 5'7".
Right. They
So
wouldn't have rode like that, would they?
6'3", he'd been all the way like this. He'd been all the way on his knees, because Scott and Tracy both a long way. See, I'm sitting perfect and I'm 5'7".
Right.